When people talk about some of the greatest football teams of all time, we have to be putting Argentina in those conversations because what this team has done has been nothing short of absolutely incredible. And yesterday, I'm recording this match recap a bit late, but ultimately getting it done. What Argentina is able to do on the biggest stage, time and time again, consistently clutch up when it's mattered, should be considered just one of the greatest accomplishments ever, if not the greatest. I mean, if this team wins the World Cup on Sunday against Spain, this will go down as the greatest national team of all time. And we'll have serious, uncomfortable conversations if that does occur. But this game was absolutely incredible. On a cinematic grade, this was a 10 out of 10 game, super entertaining, back and forth. First half was really, really entertaining. Even though there wasn't much football being played, it was a very physical game. Obviously, both of these teams don't really like each other due to historical context and obviously massive rivalries, the Maradona hand of God, etc. But this one was just like this game was pure cinema. England kicks off the game winning. Gordon, great goal. At that point, I was like, I really had doubts. I was like, is Argentina going to be able to come back against this English side, a team that in themselves has always kind of came back? And they ultimately ended up doing it in one of the most spectacular ways I've ever seen. I mean, that comeback was absolutely legendary. They just pull it off time and time again. It's genuinely impressive how clutch Argentina is. Like when you think this team is dead and buried, they somehow always come out alive. They somehow always come out of the grave. And I was thinking about it. It's like the most incredible comeback from a national team that I've ever seen. This team used to be labeled as a choke of a team. This team used to always lose every single final they would participate in. Back-to-back Copa America final losses, the loss in the World Cup 2014 final. Like everything was just going against this team. And, when ultimately Scaloni came in, everything kind of changed. And they just started winning and winning. And to me, that's like super important because this team just doesn't lose. And they haven't lost a knockout game since 2019. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think this is the longest win streak that we've ever seen in international, like in terms of how much they've went without losing a knockout game. Obviously, they've lost qualifiers, they've lost Saudi Arabia, but like it's insane how this team just never loses when it matters the most. Messi is inevitable. He is so unfathomably, so clearly the greatest of all time. It's not even a joke. I'm taking this version of Messi over any other version, any other player's best version. He is arguably the best player. This is arguably his best ever campaign at a World Cup, and he's 39 years old. He should win the Ballon d'Or if they win the World Cup. Absolutely no debates about that. Enzo Fernandez, time and time again, clutch for Argentina. So fucking good when it matters the most. McAllister was good today. DePaul came on, would look good today. Molina, a couple mistakes defensively, but overall the team was good. I really liked how Simeone started. He just provides so much pressure. He's just so sporadic. He's everywhere, so it really just adds flair to this team. Um, a big issue for Argentina is always kind of like the win play. Who's really gonna step up and be like that secondary Di Maria? Um, and yeah, it was just a great game overall. As for England, I know the takeaways are sack Tuchel, but are we really surprised that England parked the bus? Because they've done that for quite some time in this tournament. I'm not surprised that they did. I'm just surprised that they did it this early against Argentina. I mean, you can just not park the bus against Argentina, a team that will punish you for any little bit of space that you give them, they will punish you for it. This team has scored multiple goals every single game. They've scored in every single game. They have the most goals in the World Cup. They have the most effective and efficient attack in the world. And it doesn't matter if it's against Cape Verde or in England, they will score multiple times on you. So you cannot give them anything. You have to, for 90 minutes straight, constantly put pressure on this team because if you give them an inch of respect, an inch of pressure, they will punish you, they will defeat you. And this team is inevitable. I'll obviously be giving my final preview and prediction this upcoming Friday when Sunday is the final, and then I might do a third place match review in France versus England, which I still think is an important game. But yeah, key takeaways: England overall good tournament, disappointing. will ultimately result in a failure because the expectations for England is to win the World Cup, and obviously they haven't done that since 1966. They haven't won a trophy since 1966. They have more final losses than trophies won. So, listen, I think if you're English, you look at this and be like, you just kind of have to cope and really just believe that this project will be special. That one day England will eventually become world champions again. This team is super talented. This core group of players, you can tell it's right there. This team was so close to potentially defeating Argentina and going to the World Cup final. And at that point, you never know what can happen. But tactical mistakes really costed them, and the stubbornness of these managers. Sometimes you don't have to just. Sometimes the correct decision is the harder decision. I think England should have put more pressure on Argentina. But yeah, as for Argentina, I mean, another final at this point. I don't know how many finals it's been in a row. It's just absolutely incredible how this team consistently does it on the biggest stage, with the greatest player of all time. When you have Messi, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. It doesn't matter what low block. He'll always figure it out, bro. He's simply inevitable. That's the best way to describe Messi. But yeah, that's my match recap. I'm gonna be doing more videos. I'm gonna be doing the final and the third place match recap and preview and prediction video. So watch out for that. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Messi's the GOAT.